Good morning, friends and family. We are having another coin and currency auction. This one ending July 22nd. This is auction number 6. Please look at all the coins. If you have any questions, please contact Cliff at CNC Coins in Enid, Oklahoma. He's more than willing to answer all your questions and ship them straight out. That's right. We got some flying eagles, some Indian pennies, some shield nickels. On those buffaloes, we've got a 1913D Type 1. We also have a 1932 S Buffalo, only 1.2 million produced. The luster on some of those buffaloes is outstanding. They are some beautiful coins to go in your sets. We also have a 1932 D quarter key date, only 436,000 made. The rest of those quarters are brilliant uncirculated, some better than others, but all of them are worth checking out. And now we're on to the half dollars. We got some gorgeous Barbers, some Walking Liberty halves. We even got some Benjis. All of them are just ready to be shipped out to you. Okay, we are on the Morgan dollars. We've got an 1889, 1891. We even have an 1892 S, only 1.1 million produced, and an 1899 O. They're just gorgeous. I think that's just the prettiest coin. We got some Ikes coming up, a lot of proofs, a lot of silver proofs.
Now, what we have first here is 3 $1 silver certificates. They're all blue seal. They're not star notes. They're not series of 1957, so they all have "In God We Trust" on the back. Some of the earlier ones did not have that, like some of the 1935s. That's when they switched over and started putting "In God We Trust" on them. This was the last year of the silver certificates, 1957. Even though they made them after that, they did 1957. Then we move on. We have some $2 red seals. These are both 1963. That was the last year of the red seal $2 notes. And they just look kind of normal on the back, but the red seals identifies them. The 1953 was one before this. Before that was a 1928 or 1934, and then a 1928, and they look a little different. The next row here we have what's called fractional currency. This is an 1863 25-cent fractional note. They used this back during the Civil War. Then the other thing below it, okay, the next thing we have here is a $1 red seal, series of 1917 with George Washington on it. This is a nice looking note. This one's got pretty good color on the front. It's got some folds in the back, but this is a nice note for a collection. The next thing we have is a silver certificate, $5 blue seal. This one's in 1953. And then below it is a red seal. Now you'll notice on this one, it has a star in the serial number. Star notes are a little more collectible. They didn't make as many of them. At the end of a run, if they run them with a star in it to replace the notes that got damaged during the printing process. So these are replacement notes if they have a star in them. The next line, we have a $100 Confederate note. This is series 1862, and if you'll notice on Confederate notes, the paper is extremely thin. You can really tell by feeling this paper, it is extremely thin, and the ink on it that they used back then will fade through a lot of times. This was been signed on the back, 1863. It had somebody else's name on it, but this here was wrote back then. This is a newer signature. But these are kind of neat. They're a little more collectible now. Then the last note we have here today is a $100 red seal. The only year they made those was 1966. So if you're collecting notes, to get a red seal note, $100 bill, you would have to have a 1966. And that's it for our currency today.